if you're looking for, let's say if you're a single member LLC and you're looking for a credit union business line of credit with no income verification, here is a review I want you to follow right now. Number 8, we have BECU, our score, 8 over 10. So when we think about BECU, we're thinking about Boeing Employees Credit Union. And what we love about BECU is that they have flexibility in terms of their line of credit for single member LLCs. You are looking at 2 types of credit. So you have unsecured and you have secured. For the unsecured line of credit, you are looking at $2,500 all the way to $10,000. The APR is around 9.60%. And then you have the unsecured line of credit that goes from $10,000 to $100,000. The APR is between 9 to 12%. Okay, and the cool thing about BECU is that you have flexibility. They're really fast in processing your single member LLC business line of credit. Obviously, this is a credit union, so you got to qualify for membership. You have to be with them for a while. You got to qualify for membership not only in terms of individual membership, but also business membership. Okay, the only problem that we have with BECU, and we have said this on many shows, is the geo restriction. So BECU is really you got to be in 2 or 3 or 4 states, and if you're not in those states, you don't qualify for membership or anything else, unless you have a relationship with Boeing. Unless you qualify through other means, okay, then it doesn't matter where you are currently located at. You can be in New York and still qualify for membership if you have some kind of affinity with the Boeing company, okay. So what we love about BECU business line of credit is that they do offer a low competitive variable rate, so no interest or charges until you draw on the line of credit. There's no origination fee. You have a competitive annual fee. They do have secured and unsecured options, okay, and sometimes you can use this line of credit as overdraft protection. So if you want to apply, you have to decide how much you need. You need to complete the business line of credit application. So now for credit requests of $50,000 or greater, you need to complete the business loan application and be prepared with additional documents detailing your business's financial and tax history. So this is really straightforward. Number 7, we have Fairwinds, our score, 8.1 over 10. By the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. We're having a quick convo about credit unions, single member LLCs, business lines of credit with no income verification. So when we talk about no income verification, we're talking about the fact that they are able to look at your cash flows. Instead, they are able to look at other documents, not necessarily your income, your profit and loss. Okay, so the credit union is really flexible enough to look at other things. Now, what we love about Fairwinds is that Fairwinds is really flexible also. They give you money to actually streamline your business's cash flow. Again, this is a credit union, so you need to qualify for membership, not only in terms of your individual membership, but also your business membership. But they'll take care of you. They will accept you even if you have a single member LLC and you are a startup. Okay, whether you're an established business or a startup, they'll take care of you. They'll work with you. So when you think about Fairwinds, they give you cash to streamline your business's liquidity patterns, okay? And so you can use the cash to handle short-term credit needs like inventory purchases. You actually can manage your businesses day-to-day and ensure that you're always in control of your finances. Okay, but this is actually really good for independent contractors, for self-employed. It doesn't matter the industry, they'll take care of you, okay? So when it comes to Fairwinds, they actually offer 2 types of business lines of credit for single member LLCs, depending on the size of your business. So they have small business lines and they have commercial lines. So small business lines, this is for short-term working capital, seasonal purchases, inventory, or payroll. So a small business line of credit can help you handle expenses and financial obligations seamlessly and efficiently. Okay, so a Fairwind small business line of credit has a low annual fees and financing up to $250,000. So that's for the small business line. And if you are, let's say, if you are a bigger fish, let's say you are a very successful lawyer, very successful physician, very successful self-employed professional in general, and you're making a lot of cash, and you want a commercial line of credit for your single member LLC. You can actually get a customized solution for your business's borrowing needs, and Fairwinds will help you with that. Okay, so this is kind of cool. And here, the balances are really, the financing amounts are really high, very high. Number 6, we have America's Credit Union. Our score, 8.4 over 10. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about the top 8 credit union single member LLCs business lines of credit with no income verification. In other words, those credit unions are very flexible when it comes to verifying your income. So this is really cool because this gives you flexibility in terms of planning your liquidity. So when we talk about America's Credit Union, ACU, you have a player that's very flexible. Okay, so you're able to so the cool thing is that ACU has different services for different credit products for single member LLCs, and they have business lines of credit, so you are able to do a lot of things, whether it means managing your seasonal cash flow, or financing a new business opportunity, or upgrading equipment or infrastructure. Their line of credit will actually will get you the cash when you need it and how you need it. Okay, they have competitive variable rates, they have no annual fees, and they have interest only payment options. So you really have the flexibility you need to get your business where you need to get it to. And in terms of financing, they will finance your, so the maximum business line of credit for your single member LLC is actually $1 million. This is really good. So $1 million is really good. But if you want to have a higher balance, you need to have a strong relationship, a longer relationship with ACU. And they also want to make sure that your business has been established for a while. So if you are a startup, you're not going to have $1 million in financing. It ain't happening. Okay, but the cool thing about ACU is that their customer services are like family-like. It's very, very tight. They take care of you. They will assign an advisor to you, and if you have any problem, you can ask them. They will help you out. What we also really love with ACU is that besides a line of credit, so when you apply for a line of credit, if you don't qualify, because sometimes maybe your single member LLC does not qualify for their line of credit. What they do is they will actually transfer you to other credit departments. Like they will see if you qualify for a business loan. They'll see if you qualify for a commercial real estate loan. They'll see if you qualify for a term loan. They'll see if you qualify for a credit card, for a Visa credit card. Okay, so that's the cool thing. We love the fact that ACU is really flexible. They will see, like, they want to build a relationship with you. So if you need more information about this, just call 253-591-6881. 253-591-6881. Number 5, we have Consumers Credit Union. Our score, 8.7 over 10. So CCU is another great institution when it comes to single member LLCs, credit union, business lines of credit. What we love about CCU is that they actually are flexible. Their customer service is kind of cool, okay? But CCU is better if you are looking for secured lines of credit. Like, they're not really risking their balance sheet by giving you anything unsecured. So if you're looking for a business line of credit, and you are able to collateralize it, you're able to pledge your company's assets, you're able to pledge anything, CCU is your go-to company. It's your go-to credit union. We love the fact that they're really, like, there's no limits on how much they can actually finance you for. I mean, basically, if you're providing collateral, the value of your collateral will determine how much credit limits you might qualify for. Okay, so and CCU is kind of cool when it comes to flexibility. They're kind of cool when it comes to customer service. Really, really good. And so this is kind of cool. And in terms of so if you need more information, I want you to call right now, 847-672-1888. So 847-672-1888, or you can email commercial lending at myconsumers.org. Commercial lending in one word at myconsumers.org. We'll just put all the info on the screen so you have a clear idea. Okay, And so if you want to get started, you will need a personal financial statement, and you also need to fill a business loan application. So everything is available on the website, but you can also go to the nearest CCU branch to get started. Everything's fine. They'll take care of you. Not a problem. Let's talk about BlueFed, our score, 9/10. Number 4, BlueFed, our score, 9/10. So when you think about BlueFed, I want you to think about a credit union that is really great when it comes to a single member LLC's business lines of credit. They actually have great customer service. They have a long tradition of taking care of self-employed, independent contractors, startups. Okay, it's one of the friendliest credit unions when it comes to those categories. And what we love about BlueFed is that in terms of lines of credit, they will give you up to $1 million, interest only repayment, not a problem. They'll take care of you on that front. And they have a constellation of business loan options. So they have commercial mortgage loans, commercial vehicle loans, term loans, commercial lines of credit, construction loans, equipment loans. You can see that BlueFed is really tilting towards more like collateralized credit products. So again, here, the same thing that I said when it comes to CCU, the same thing in terms of collateralized credit products applies for BlueFed also, okay? So this is something you need to think about. Number 3, we have a service credit union. Our score, 9.2/10. I just want to quickly remind you of today's conversation. The topic we're actually tackling today, we're talking about credit union single member LLCs business lines of credit with no income verification. In other words, the income verification part is really flexible, okay? And when you think about service, you think about a great institution. You think about an institution that allows you to have the business line of credit that you need for a single member LLC. What we love here, they have 2 options. They have the secured options and also have the unsecured options. So if you want to pledge collateral, not a problem. Service will work with you. If you don't want to pledge collateral, they'll also work with you, okay? But what we love is that service will give you cash to actually have more flexibility in terms of managing your business, paying your bills, buying inventory, making payroll every month. Even if your business is seasonal, they'll work with you, okay? And you can actually use the cash that you get from them to grow your business when you don't want to give up control by adding new partners, okay? And so this is kind of cool. And one thing I want to say here, if you need more information, it's just better to call service at 1-800-296-4644. Again, the number is 1-800-296-4644, or you can email them at business services at servicecu.org. And we'll just put this information on the screen also. And if you can also go to their website. There is a form you can fill, not a problem. And the cool thing in general is that service is really fast. They'll get back to you real quick. And what we love about service is that they always start by assigning a representative to you. They assign an advisor to you, and that advisor will actually work with you. That advisor will give you all the ins and outs of their application process. We'll analyze your financials with you. We'll analyze your business plan with you. We'll analyze your funding needs with you, and we'll actually advise you on the best products that you can actually get from service. So that's just fantastic. Number 2 here, we have a Navy Federal. Our score, 9.4/10. So when you think about Navy Federal, I want you to think about an institution that is actually by far the number 1 credit union in the nation, and even I think they're even the largest, based on our research, the largest credit union in the whole world. Okay, with Navy Fed, you have a constellation of options. Really fantastic institution, really great customer service is fantastic, stellar products. The only problem is that all their business lines of credit are secured. You're not getting away from collateralized credit products with Navy Federal. Navy Federal has two restrictions in our view. They have a constellation of pluses, but they do have 2 minuses, if you think of it as minuses. Number 1, you may not qualify for membership. I mean, even though 99% of Americans qualify for Navy Fed membership, maybe you just happen to be in that 1%, so you might not qualify. So if that happens to you, this could be a problem. Okay. The second detriment in our view is that the credit product is collateralized. So if you don't want anything collateralized, you're not going to qualify. But the good thing is if you are willing to pledge collateral, then you can get line amounts that starts at $35,000. Navy Fed can be really, really generous if they realize that you are actually, if you have skin in the game, okay? And you can use a business line of credit from Navy Fed to take care of your single member LLC. You can use the cash to bridge cash flow gaps for business growth, for unexpected expenses, or other operational purposes, okay? Now to apply, Navy Fed has a lengthier application process. So they want you to have a business tax returns. Even though they're not asking you to verify your income, they'll ask for your business tax returns. Business plan may be required, your personal tax returns. They actually may ask you for your financial statements, proof of collateral, okay, personal guarantee. They will do a personal credit check. So that's for the regular line of credit. They also have another product called the checking line of credit. Here the amounts are smaller, so the assign limits of or like 500, 1,000, or 5,000, and the APR here is kind of high. You have 17.90. Okay, and they have a $50 annual fee, but overall this is really interesting. But what we love about Navy Fed in general, and I just said this before, is the flexibility. Is the fact that their business lines of credit are secured, but they have other products that are not secured. They have other credit products they're not secure. So the most important thing is to start a relationship with them. And once you are, like, you just kind of have it's similar to having a foot in the door. You just want to get a foot in the door, enter the house. But once you are in the house, you can actually enjoy all the perks that come with being in the house, being in the Navy Fed house. And it's a beautiful house. It's a wonderful house. They have a lot of great services. Their checking and savings account are great, and you might actually parlay that relationship into a better and higher credit amounts on other transactions. Number one, the best of the best. When it comes to credit union single member LLCs, business line of credit with no income verification. Number one, Logix. Our score, 9.7 over 10. So when you think about Logix, you got to think about a stellar institution, really. I mean, the funny thing is that they're not really that known, but it's a great institution, underrated in our view, because when you think about their products, their services, their APRs, it's just a lot of great things. And when it comes to Logix, they actually offer you lines of credits and loans up to $500,000. Okay, and the cool thing is that a Logix business line of credit helps you do a lot of things, and they are very flexible. When it comes to single member LLCs, they will work with you. They work with all kinds of businesses. Doesn't matter the size, they will work with you. That's what we love a lot with Logix. Okay, and so you have so they actually have two types of lines of credit. So they have what they call business line of credit. So the regular business line of credit. Here you have credit limits up to $50,000, terms up to 2 years, subject to annual review, no annual fee. They have interest only payments, and you have overdraft protection for Logix business checking accounts. And then you have the capital access line of credit. Here you have a credit limits up to $500,000, and you have terms after 2 years and subject to annual review. You have no annual fee, you have competitive rates, you have interest only option, and you have overdraft protection for Logix business checking account. So, and for capital access line of credit, collateral is required. For the first one, there's no collateral. So the first one is unsecured. The second one is secured. Okay, so this is it's important to know. And if you want to have more information, just contact 1-818-567-2303, or you can email logixbusinessservices@lfcu.com. So again, the number is 818-565-2303, or email logixbusinessservices@lfcu.com. So you have all the info that you need. Let me give you an overview before we close to this conversation. So you actually had all the players when it comes to this. It's important. Let's just have a general conversation about a business line of credit for single member LLCs. The thing is, if you're looking for a single member LLC business line of credit from a credit union, you need to understand how a line of credit really works in the first place. Okay, so a business line of credit is a revolving, flexible form of small business funding that only charges interest on the amount you use. So whereas a term loan offers a lump sum upfront with a repayment schedule, a business line of credit allows you to withdraw funds as needed. So this is really important. This flexibility is really key. So you can withdraw up to the credit limits, and once you repay the amount you have borrowed, you can withdraw funds again and again and again. So ultimately, a business line of credit for a single member LLC from a credit union helps cover unexpected business expenses such as inventory, payroll, or seasonal fluctuations in revenue, right? So whether you're a self-employed, you're an independent contractor, you're an architect, you're a mechanic, you have your own business, you're an owner operator, you really need the cash to actually sort of help you move from point A to point B. The thing that you need to remember here is that some credit unions will charge additional fees on top of interest. So you have origination fee, which can be 0% to 10% of the loan amount. You have what they call maintenance fee. So this is a monthly or annual fee for keeping the line open. So you may be able to get it waived depending on the withdrawal amount, time of withdrawal, or if your business is a startup. There could be an annual fee that goes from $0 to $175. There could be a draw fee from 0 to 2% of the withdrawn amount. There could be a late fee. So you have a constellation of fees that could actually come on top of the APR you're already paying. Remember that when we talk about credit unions, they do have two types of lines of credit for single member LLCs. So you have secure lines of credit and you have unsecured lines of credit. So this is really important to have this distinction, to actually clarify this distinction from the get-go. So you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, okay? But overall, this is really great. And it's always better to start where you already have a relationship with a credit union. Always start where they already know you. So and make sure that you have a business plan, that you also have your financial statements or your financial projections. Okay, overall, yes. Before we do a recap here, please check out this our loan evaluation approach. We have a rigorous method in place when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing single member LLCs business lines of credit from credit unions. Check this out. All right, let's quickly recap to this conversation. So here are the top 8 credit union single member LLC's business lines of credit. Number 1, we have Logix, our score 9.7 over 10. Number 2, we have Navy Federal 9.4 over 10. Number 3, we have Service Credit Union 9.2 over 10. Number 4, we have Blue Fed 9 over 10. Number 5, we have Consumers Credit Union 8.7 over 10. Number 6, we have America's Credit Union 8.4 over 10. Number 7, we have Fairwinds 8.1 over 10. Number 8, we have BECU, our score 8 over 10. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.